Sushant Singh Rajput's brilliant portrayal in the movie MS Dhoni The Untold Story made every cricket fan well aware of MS Dhoni's journey. Everyone has seen him travel through the crusts and troughs of his career, claiming a unique place for himself in Indian cricket. On his 39th birthday, Crick Stories pays a tribute to this legend. Stay with us to look deeper in his tactically brilliant mind that showcases different aspects of his life. Cricket, badminton and football. Dhoni did not play to become popular. He hardly watched cricket on TV. Neither he slept with bat beside him, nor he wanted to emulate anyone. Cricket was just happened to him one fine day when Keshav Ranjan Banerjee, his school coach, encouraged Dhoni to move from goalkeeping to wicket-keeping. For the son of a pump operator, cricket was an expensive pursuit. However, by the time he was 17 or 18, a shy boy who bicycled to practice with his kit bag had become famous in Ranchi for his heavy hitting, and everyone around him realized he deserves bigger opportunities. Paramjit Singh, who is Dhoni's childhood friend, helped him get a basic contract with the Jalandhar manufacturing company BAS for his cricket equipment. Early in 2001, Dhoni was selected to represent East Zone in Duleep Trophy. He had been looking forward to playing it because Sachin Tendulkar was available for the tournament. However, nobody knew Dhoni had been selected since the Bihar Cricket Association had not forwarded the selection letter to Dhoni. He would not have found about his selection if a friend of Paramjit in Kolkata not called to congratulate him after reading a news in the newspaper. The call came night before the team was to fly from Kolkata to Agartala, and all the Kolkata-bound trains had left the Ranchi by then. Paramjit's last hope was the BCA, who refused to loan him a car. Finally, he raised some money from a few friends to rent a car and rushed Dhoni to Kolkata. Unfortunately, the car broke down on the way. Dhoni eventually missed his flight and Deep Dasgupta played in Agartala. However, Dhoni did travel to Pune for team's next match as 12th man and watched Tendulkar lead West Zone to a big win. Further, a steady progress over the next 3 years earned Dhoni a spot in India A side that played in Kenya. Greg Chappell, Dhoni's second coach in the Indian team, once told a remarkable story. In Chappell's first series on Indian soil, Sri Lanka were beaten 6-1 and Dhoni was the top scorer with 346 runs at a strike rate of nearly 120. His 145 ball 183 was highlight of the series. During one match when India were chasing, Dhoni told Chappell that if he could see out the first 13 balls, he would win the match. Chappell recalls that he didn't know how Dhoni came to that number. He didn't ask him either, but he had the air of a man who knew he could do the job. This is not an isolated case of Dhoni's certainty about the random numbers. He used to tell his close friend and later manager Arun Pandey that if his bank balance reached 63 lakh rupees, it would be enough for him to retire on. No one knew how he calculated those numbers, but his self-assurance was phenomenal. Rahul Dravid, his captain, once said, he knew his responsibilities. He knew what he had to do. He didn't need to be told what to do. He had the maturity that other kids didn't have. Dhoni was different from the average newcomer, which was evident in the team environment. Chappell once mentioned that in a team meeting, if the senior players didn't speak, the juniors didn't speak either. But Dhoni was different. He didn't appear to feel out of place. He wasn't disrespectful in any way, but he wasn't going to be a junior player and sit in a corner and keep quiet. He was quite happy to initiate a conversation with Sachin or any other senior players. He didn't feel the need to be invited to participate unlike others. It was apparent to Chappell at that stage that Dhoni would eventually lead Team India. Those who know Dhoni confirms that being given the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in Territorial Army in 2011, months after he had led India to a World Cup victory, counts among the proudest moments in his life. As per Arun Pandey, Dhoni did not take the uniform off and he did not sleep that night either. Army has been major theme in his life. He travels in a camouflage pants with camouflage luggage. His wicket-keeping gloves are a tribute to the armed forces too. An army person rates Dhoni's knowledge of a fighter aircraft 9 on 10 and of an army 7. Give him a firearm and he will first understand it without any outside help, and then he can hit a bull's eye from 25 meters every time. He shoots on January 1st every year, no matter which part of the world he is in. You can sense he respects achievement. He will not say that overtly. He won't call you Rahulji or Rahul Sarji. You can sense he is a free-minded thinker, but he likes that army-like structure. There is a lot of army man in Dhoni, the captain. Two events within a period of a few months in 2007 left a lasting impact on Dhoni, the captain and a player. In April, he had to stay back in Delhi because his home was being attacked by angry fans after India's embarrassing exit from the World Cup in West Indies. A few months later, when he came back from South Africa, having won the World T20, it was the same crowd surrounding his home that kept him away. He tells his friend that he realized back then he couldn't afford to take what happened on the field seriously and be defined by it. In the years to come, Dhoni would become so obsessed with not showing any emotion that it sometimes made you wonder if it was artificial. Contradictingly, Chappell remembers him as an emotionally expressive man. During a tour of England in 2006, the team was in Nagpur when a young woman, a friend of Dhoni's family, died. Chappell was touched by the way Dhoni reacted to this news. Dhoni was quite emotional and wasn't scared to show it. Dravid, who captained him, played under him and observed him as an outsider, says, "I almost get the impression that he feels if he thinks and plans too much, his mind will get cluttered. I think he doesn't want to understand the full weight of being the India captain." Pandey confirms the deliberate nature of Dhoni as he says he makes sure he doesn't think about the game in advance at all. 2 hours before the match, a switch comes on and he gets into his game mode. I might have spent the whole day with him until then, but now there is no place for me. After the game is over, it doesn't take Dhoni long to switch off. His close friend who spent an hour with him immediately after the Champions Trophy win in England in 2013 remembers that not a single word spoken by Dhoni about cricket in those 60 minutes. And this was one of the India's most emotional victories, which also made him the first captain to win all the 3 ICC titles. Dhoni's obsession with keeping things simple and not planning too far has worked extremely well in limited overs cricket, but such an attitude limits your ambition in Test cricket. On losing 0-4 to Australia in 2011 and 12, not only India played the same failing top 6 in each test, they also batted in the same order. Ajinkya Rahane and Rohit Sharma spent the tour giving throwdowns to each other in a corner while the big boys did their thing with Duncan Fletcher and Dhoni watching. The message to the selector was clear. If you give me these players in the squad of 15, I will have to pick them in the playing 11. I am not going to complicate my personal relationships with them. When Venkatesh Prasad, bowling coach under whom Zaheer Khan and Ishant Sharma bowled their best spells, was sacked without reason, he did not hear from Dhoni. Reacting to this, Prasad, who also has a praise for Dhoni's calm leadership, said, "I know such decisions are not made without a captain's approval. It's okay if he didn't fight for me, but he could have at least explained the decision to me." VVS Lakshman famously failed to get through Dhoni to inform him about his retirement. Every player knows Dhoni doesn't answer his phone, but as per his teammates, Dhoni would always keep his hotel suite open for everyone. You don't even need to knock. If the morning newspaper is outside, it means Dhoni has not woken up yet. If you don't see the newspaper, it is an open house. Arun Pandey, a 41 years old who once played for Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, is probably Dhoni's closest friend. The two met when Pandey used to coordinate nets at the National Stadium in Delhi, where Dhoni practiced once. Every time Dhoni came to Delhi to play, he would stay in Pandey's rented room. Pandey says Dhoni was the only one who would come back with food and drinks for him when he went out. Pandey is now a friendly man who manages everything around Dhoni. Observers say Dhoni's trust in Pandey is so complete that he doesn't undertake any background checks on the brand he endorses. We all know Dhoni makes a lot of money, yet he wears a simple clothes and doesn't seem to care about his looks. You won't find anyone who has been around him describe him as vain or money obsessed. After India won the 2011 World Cup, sponsors Amrapali Group increased the value of Dhoni's contract. Anybody would have accepted the additional bonus in the contract. However, reacting to this, Dhoni said, "So if we had not won, would you have reduced it? You have done a lot for me when I was nobody. I'm not going to take more now just because we won the cup." Arun Pandey says he was also warned for not talking cricket in front of Dhoni. Once Pandey told MS during a casual conversation that he bats too low and Dhoni shot back saying, "Aaj to bol diye ho, aage se mat bolna." Pandey probably knows him the best, but even he admits to not knowing him well. Pandey says he as a person is on different higher plane. He has risen above sentiments. "I have known him for so long, but only now I have begun to actually know him. He is not emotionally attached to many things. Except for his bikes and weapons, he doesn't desire any material things." Chappell once rightly said in a poetic way, "He is an old soul, he has been here before." There is a story that Srinivasan, Dhoni's boss at CSK and the BCCI gave him a special phone to serve as a private hotline. But Srinivasan still had to call Suresh Raina if he needed to talk to his captain because Dhoni makes no exceptions when it comes to not answering the phone. In matters of cricket, Dhoni has Srinivasan's implicit trust. It is well known that Srinivasan's reluctance to the decision review system was slightly linked with Dhoni's mistrust. Srinivasan's opposition to the 2 new ball regulation is also guided by Dhoni's belief that it limits the role of the spinners, and so it is discriminatory towards teams from the subcontinent. When selectors, however, misguidedly decided to sack Dhoni from the ODI captaincy following India's Test disaster in 2011 and 12, Srinivasan made unprecedented use of his power of veto as the board president to overturn the decision. Dhoni can claim he had no choices as long as his association with the IPL team Chennai Super Kings is the concern. He didn't seek to be bought by CSK at the first IPL auction. By most accounts, he only involves himself in the franchise's cricket matters. He has never attended an auction and is not known to express the demands. He gives the owners 2 or 3 alternatives for each slot in the side, and if they are not successful in buying any of those players, he doesn't really mind. Still, no other cricketer has been so strongly tied to an IPL franchisee as Dhoni has been to CSK. No other cricketer symbolizes any other franchisee the way Dhoni does CSK. MS Dhoni is the biggest outsider Indian cricket has ever known. As if to feed the mystery, he doesn't protest, deny or discuss speculations about him. He gives no interviews, and even in press conferences, he always contradicts himself in a response to controversial questions. As Dhoni turns 39, a lot might not be left for him, but he is the most successful Indian captain ever. Someone who has brought immense excitement to the Indian cricket. Dhoni's story is not overly dramatic. The story is grander than a simple drama. Small town boy becomes India captain, the best ODI batsman, the richest cricketer in the world, the most powerful too, and always beyond our reach. Enjoy it while it lasts, for there never was anyone like him and there never will be.